is we're going to look at how we can create our OneNote so that it makes it nice and easy for us to share our lessons and resources and assessments that we created with the teachers from the school. So the first thing that I do is I'm working in the app. Doesn't matter whether you're working in the app or whether you're working in the online one. You need to create a notebook that you will then pop everything in, and then you're going to create your own personal notebook as well. This notebook is the one that you're going to share with your teacher. You're going to share with your partner, and then both of you will share it with the teacher. What we'll do is Lee and I will create a shared document and just get you all to pop your links on, and then we'll send that shared document to each of the schools. So what I've done is I've created my new OneNote document. In my app version, I just go add notebook, and that allowed me to create a new one. So I've popped in there 4 different sections. I have lesson plans, assessment, resources, and reflections. Lesson plans, your 3 lesson plans. Now, when it says insert the document as a file printout, what happens is when we go to the insert bar here, you have a file and a printout. What I want you to do is not just insert it as a file, because all that does is makes the little icon. I want you to insert it as a printout. So when you go through, what you do is you just navigate your way. So I'm going to insert our planning documents from our first one. Let's just do this quick checklist. So what you'll see is that instead of it doing just that little icon, it actually converts it, makes it into a PDF, and makes it clearly visible for you as well. So it's just a really simple way of inserting a document that a teacher would be able to read through and scan and have a look at. And then you would delete out that document there. So under the assessment, you should have something for diagnostic with possibly examples of student work, photos, checklists, anecdotal notes. So just make sure you've got something under most of these sections. You can combine them if you want to, and you might say lesson 1 assessment, any which way, as long as we've got an example for each of these categories. And then your resources might be photos, it could be copies of the templates and handouts that you used. It could be a great couple of little YouTube videos that you ended up using to learn how to do something. And then your reflection is a reflection about working with the students, worded appropriately for the school. So that means we word it in a way that's nice for the teachers. So that's our first OneNote that we do. We then need to go through and we go share. And what you want to do is just copy the link to the notebook, and you can make it as view and edit. And then I just add that link, all right? And I would just copy that link, and then I'll create a shared document that you can add that onto. So then that's our link that you and your teaching partner, you will create that document together. Then what you have is you create another OneNote. Essentially, it looks almost exactly the same. And what you're able to do is, I'll just show you in this one, I can take this section. If I do a right click on it, I can actually copy that section to my other notebook. So as long as I have created the empty notebooks, I can actually just copy the entire section over, and that will keep all of your attachments. Everything will still be in there. So that's why we mean it's actually really easy for you to create it. So I've already gone through that process. So now what I have is I've got my personal one. I've put in my lesson plan. I've put in with my lesson plan, there is a lesson 4. So plan a lesson that could be number 4 in your series. Make sure it's clear about how and why you've chosen to use this planning. So you might put a little paragraph at the top going, based on the assessment that we did previously, I thought this would be a good follow on from it. And then your assessment, you would copy and paste over. You can always, if you want to add in some extras, you wrote some extra observations, absolutely add any of those things in for your personal one. This is the one that Lee and I are marking individually. So then you have your resources and your reflections, and this is where you have 2 other reflections. So you've got the reflection about working with the students. You've just copied and pasted it. Now what we want is an actual reflection on the student achievement. based for us. So that means it doesn't have to be in positive language. Use the data, relate the data to the curriculum, if possible, relate the data to some theorists, provide a summary, and so on. And then a personal reflection, just for me. What did you enjoy about the school visits? What did you learn? What caused you concern possibly? What could you change? What would make it a better experience? And then again, this will be where you copy the link to the notebook and then you actually submit that link into the Blackboard link that will be up under the assessment tab. So that's hopefully a bit clearer for you. You've got first one that's created for your teachers, and the second one is your actual one that you'll be submitting. That will be the one that Lee and I will mark. So hopefully that makes sense for you.